Okay, well, let's go straight into the presentation. These are the main features for the version for GT4 at E3. And at E3, we'd like to say that the biggest mode feature for the show is the photo mode. When GT, the franchise, was first introduced by Kazunori back in 1997, I believe, he and the team concentrated on two main features of the game, which are very well known now, which is the real driving aspect, and vice versa. On the other end of the scale was the actual visual or the replay mode that you saw in the game. These were the two main features to GT. So the inclusion of photo mode will be a huge step in including a new mode in addition to what we have already had. So in photo mode, first of all, we'll walk you through these. 16 dedicated locations to photo mode in which players will have lots of freedom with the camera and the car positioning. Then players will also be able to use the 50 courses that they will also be able to race on. And then when you include the number of cars which will be included in GT, we've set the number at more than 500. If you start considering the number of colors each car has, and then start considering the number of locations that you can take photos at, the count becomes enormous. We may not be over-exaggerating to say that some players may take or spend almost a year just enjoying photo mode because of the numerous opportunities that are available. Kazunori's personal interests, of course, cars was one of them, but also photography is another. And including a mode like this into the GT franchise was another dream of his. Photo mode will also feature a number of photographic methods and areas where you can adjust your photography. Some examples of those details are listed here. Players will be able to adjust lenses, again, field of depth. They can add motion blur details as such. So there's, again, numerous opportunities. The area shaded in light blue is the area where the players are flexible to move or allowed to move the camera to or within. And players will also be allowed to move the car along the areas shaded in red. And the result, obviously because this is on a TV monitor, is limited, the final result will be megapixel, so very high resolution. There are a number of ways which Kazunori has in mind in terms of how to use the end results of the photos. One of the features for the photo mode which Kazunori has in mind is called the intelligent slideshow. What this is the photo image. Each photo image knows, for instance, which car is the player's car, which direction this car is going, the speed or position of other enemy vehicles, opponent vehicles, and other detailed factors, and will create a slideshow based on that information. Another important factor is that if they have a selected USB printer, they will be allowed to feed that information to the printer and get a result printed out as such. The current schedule is to include a range of up to 80 manufacturers and over 500 vehicles. And then next we would look at the range of model years, starting from 1886, back in the days of the Ford Model T or the Daimler, their first vehicle, all the way through to 2004. The latest vehicle we have right now is the BMW 1 Series, which has just been announced over the net. Also from the E3 demo, this at 2004, we've included a new user interface. The reason for the new user interface was because of the levels that the GT world is continuing to expand with the number of more cars that we are planning to include, more tracks. The game management is becoming more difficult with the UI in the past. Therefore, Kazunori and the team felt it necessary to bring forward a completely new designed user interface. And although we don't have any screen images on the PowerPoint or presentation material, you will notice afterwards, after this presentation, when you go and play for yourselves, from the driver's view position, the speedometer, the designs for that area, the whole cluster has changed significantly since the first GT series has come along. So you'll notice that big difference when you play later on. So 3 new courses are included for the E3 Rev, namely the Nürburgring track from Germany, Hong Kong, and Kazunori Yamauchi from Italy. Among the 3 new courses that we've just unveiled at E3, we would like to consider the Nürburgring Nordschleife course the most significant. So as the bullet points show, this is one of the most challenging tracks around the world and well known amongst manufacturers for carrying out their tests for their new vehicles. So one of the feature or the factors that the team, PDI, have concentrated most on upon replicating the course is the topology of the actual track and the detail that goes into it. Building the Nürburgring track was also a good influence for the team, not only for including a significant track, but also because many manufacturers test their vehicles in real life at the track. There's lots of data from those manufacturers or cars about the track, and this allows the team to compare that with the car physics simulation which is in the game. So we've just put in the PowerPoint presentation one example, which is a Nissan Skyline GTR, and the Top Gun test driver who really exists at Nissan, who does test drives at Nürburgring. He's their #1 test driver. He also is a very, very big fan of GT. So what we've done is compared his real life versus in GT times, and you see in bold print the difference of simulation accuracy is within 5 seconds. Therefore, percentage-wise, that's within 1%. Next, human elements. One of the features regarding human elements would be the driver shown in the game, seen in, for instance, convertible models. No motion capture is used here. All of this is based on human physics development. So if you take a close look at the replay screens, you'll notice that there's a lot of smoothness in the actual steering or movement of the driver. Also, you will notice that there are spectators along the tracks as you drive. In a product which was released in Japan, we called GT4 Prologue. You may have seen, some of you may have seen this. The spectators along the side of the track were more like boards. Starting from E3 forward, these spectators are created in fully 3D images. So looking back at what we've explained, there are 3 keywords regarding the aspects we are concentrating on. Is the car physics. We've just touched on the human physics and aspects. And the environments, of course, this not only includes the courses and whatnot, but it also includes the replicating environments, the light rays and reflections, etc. All of this taken to extremes, we would like to continue to strive towards creating a world simulator. So just looking ahead, again, this is a step away from the E3 code. So just looking ahead into what to expect for GT mode. So the theme of GT mode for the upcoming GT4 would be a theme park for cars. What you see on the screen here is some samples of still in development user interface screens. And then you see a range of various features. Some you will recognize, such as home or used car dealer and whatnot. Some are old, brought forward. Some are new. For example, some of the new ones would be online reception or flea market amongst users. Some of those would be more of the new features seen in Gran Turismo 4. So our current target date is November 2004. We're looking forward to it.